From Amazon Studios comes the series that's based on the movie, that was rebooted from the hot version with Angelina Jolie, that was based on a video game, that itself has been rebooted a couple of times now. From executive producer Phoebe Waller-Bridgerton, who destroyed Solo, a Star Wars story.
Congratulations, you're liberated. Scoot. I don't know, free your brothers and sisters or something, just give me some space.
Ruined James Bond. Even though it's not out yet, she's probably busy hard at work destroying Indiana Jones. Wow, this woman seems to be completely inept. How does she keep getting work in Hollywood? I guess there's no limit to failing upwards, is there?
Because you want to shack me up?
Oh, well, that's how. Don't miss the series that will destroy the commercial viability of the franchise. Poob Raider. Coming to Amazon.
What if I change it to he my
Are they really that desperate for content to fill streaming services?
Go, 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 go.
What happens when you combine a race-swapped Buffy the Vampire Slayer with low-rent lesbian Twilight fanfiction? You get a Netflix series that's canceled after one season. First Kill. Meet Juliet, a high school-age vampire who for some reason can still see herself in mirrors, walk around in daylight, and is still in high school, who falls in love with a slayer named Calliope.
You're Calliope? Well, Cal's good.
Sure, why not? They then share a forbidden romance, just like those two. Well, maybe those two. Watch them take on other vampires, werewolves that look like bad CGI from 1995, and make out in the unsexiest way possible. You know, all you're doing is combining The Hunger, Twilight, and Buffy, and it's been done better. I mean, sheesh, you people. If you can't make lesbian vampires work on Netflix, then seriously, something is wrong here. Starring, whoever these people are. I really don't care anymore. But the mom was on Lost and a bunch of stuff you'll probably recognize. Don't miss When Animals Attack on Netflix. Now all we do is sit back and wait for the Axel Braun version, which will be 10 times better, believe me. Coming soon from Walt Disney Pictures. Witness the live-action remake from the director who brought you the reboot Mary Poppins Returns, which nobody saw. Comes the underwater adventure featuring a 25% different Ariel from legendary Danish author Hans Christian Andersen, who coincidentally is from a country where the population is less than 2% Afro-Danish. Hey, so it's not inconceivable. Halle Bailey stars in... No, not Halle Berry, Halle Bailey. But can we see her in a loincloth in the Flintstones? I mean, it really should be Halle Berry. But those ageist at Disney don't want to acknowledge women over 40 exist. Don't miss the live-action remake that won't be nearly as endearing and will have none of the charm of the original. Walt Disney Pictures presents The Little Mermaid. Again. You know, this isn't even the first time they race-swapped The Little Mermaid. And not for nothing, they're going to be lucky to get a release in China. Spider-Man No Way Home was banned for less. The following video is brought to you through the generous support of viewers like you. If you like this content, then please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And for those who are in the position to donate, this channel thanks you. And so does this orange cat. K-Smell presents Now That's What I Call Lilith Fair. All the ambivalent hits of the 90s you probably forgot, such as Four Non Blondes, Emmy Lou Harris, Sean Colvin, Sarah McLachlan, Juliana Hatfield, Tracy Chapman. You got a fast car, I got tickets anywhere. Susanna Hoffs, Joan Osborne, Letters to Cleo. Don't indulge on the best of the sky, they never come back from the challenge Danny DeFranco, Indigo Girls, Jewel, and sadly, many more. Act now, and we'll throw in, I guess if we have to, the best of Seattle, featuring Soundgarden. Black hole sun, won't you come? Alice in Chains. Yeah, they come to stop the rooster. And Pearl Jam. Send no money to K-Smell the 90s, Box 000, Seattle, Washington. Can you K-Smell the 90s? I can.
I want my $2!
Hello, I am here. I had to mute myself down there so I don't have echo. I'm gonna have echo anyway. I just ate a cookie. It's one of those little Pokemon ones, but that's okay. And I think it's stuck in my teeth. Hello, a lot to say. Hey guys, hello, welcome. Oh, we got a lot to talk about on this one. People are gonna be mad at me. They're mad at me anyway. So I found people are triggered. Well, okay, we got the James Gunn. He's got a whole 5-minute video we're gonna look at on Twitter, so we're gonna react to that and watch that.
I want my $2!
People, I guess, are they still mad at James Gunn? Are they still canceling him, or did people think with their brain holes instead of their tribe at this point? Ooh, I'm triggered. Am I muted still? Am I muted? Am I still muted? No, I'm not muted. I'm muted. Oh, on my other computer. I got my laptop playback here. This is what I would hear. And it would be really annoying. On my other computer. That's what I meant. That's my down there. So yeah, I got my laptopsies here that you can't see. Oh no. And everything's gonna fall. I need that hand from IKEA that can hold that controller, you know? Yeah, you know, the hand thing, bad thing. No. You gotta do the dance thing, right? No. Ew.
Thing.
It's like the creepy tarantula videos that have been going around. Have you seen those today about somebody probably in Cambodia? What are we talking about? So we got muted down here. They've been now, like, they're triggered. I'm so tired of it. So they're triggered now by Star Wars Celebration announcing a drag panel or some dumb crap. Is this where it's going? Because I remember way back when we were standing with Vic for you know, when they were trying to get rid of him off of panels. And I'm like, don't pull a Mars girl and get people off of a panel that you don't have to go to. Is that, can we live and let? I don't think they can anymore. I think everybody got hypnotized with the buzzwords and the buzzwords and the buzzwords. And everybody got on their little causes and their missions. And everybody decided that they were re-triggered by everything. I don't know, are we starting there or not? Because, oh, there's an article now. Of course there is. There's an article about... Means Major Annery on the panel. Who? I don't know what you're talking about, but here we go. The James Gunn thing. Oh, did they have an article yet? Did they not have an article? I thought they'd be triggered by now. Are they not triggered yet?
Don't think so. It hasn't caught up to them.
Well, there's a whole huge James Gunn thing going around too, so. Yeah, there it is. I knew it'd be there. Baby! Oh, baby! There's baby.
There's
baby.
That
Baby!
big little freak.
There's baby. Baby. Video game character and sort of the... I don't know what swatter is.
Star Wars The
Oh,
Republic.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't play it. I'm not that kind of a Star Wars fan. I like the movies good enough, but I'll watch some of the live action TV shows if they have Baby Yoda sometimes.
Swator.
But yeah. I'm not that kind of a Star Wars fan. When somebody play a sing to their children, no. So is Star Wars for kids or no now? Because remember when we were all yelling at Freddie Prinze Jr. how no, it's not for kids. Stop saying it's for kids. It's for anybody. And now they're saying, no, it's for kids. Well, which is it? Is it for kids or is it not for kids?
Who knows?
I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. But let me clip this segment for posterity. And for when the video gets demonetized, because this will get demonetized. We're already demonetized. So is Star Wars for kids or isn't it? I thought we decided it wasn't. Or is it now? Is it now for young people again? Is it something that was supposed to be family friendly enough that any age could see it? Is it something where people are supposed to take responsibility personally for what they allow their own children to see? Or are we complaining now about Star Wars drag show panels at Star Wars Celebration? I suppose that's what I got an article, so now I can use it. Walt Disney, oh, for crying out loud, it's that word. I can't say the word then. So you know how I did that supercut of diversity. I did the exact same one with Tim Pool saying that word that starts with a G. You're being socially conditioned by the same the opposite side of billionaires that want to start conflict amongst people. Okay, where's my ding? Where's my and ding? It's over here. Okay. It's the same as diversity, right? It's the same thing when you hear those buzzwords over and over and over again. It's a thing to size you up, to use that as a way to play the people against each other here. And dear God, I am so tired of hearing it, because every single person who's complained about that are the same type of people who have never complained one bit. I've sat on panels with some of these people. Who are huge fans of stuff like Airplane, who are now, just 2 days ago, saying how the world has ended. We're going to be eating the bugs and getting in the pods. Acting how disappointed they are that Mad Max didn't happen after the world and society ended. So all of this, they're trying to condition your children by seeing... you don't have to take your kids to it. And pretty much everybody who does weigh in on this. Every single time this G word. Every time I see it, it's a childless YouTuber in the stuff that I tend to see in my feeds. As much as I would much rather see nothing but music and cute animals and funny arcade videos and stuff like that. No, I get those people like the Quartering going on about it and he doesn't have kids, or Salty Cracker going on about it and he doesn't have kids, or I get Tim Pool going on about it. I did a whole supercut of Tim going, they're G-wording your children, G-word over and over again. It's on my Twitter. You can go check. It's on my YouTube. You can go check it out. They like to ban the word even if you're pointing out. I mean, they ban it more for people who are pointing out anything against it, really. For anybody who's kind of pulling the veil back, and anybody who's pointing out that the same groups of billionaires that fund the side for diversity, well, you got the equal amount of people going funding against for these words, G-word. There's a reason it went from, Star Wars is bad, to G-word all over the place. So, if you see that, If you see that, you know that there is some major money going to a lot of people who say the right things. This is pretty much what Crowder, as much as I don't like Steven Crowder, and I think that he just threw a temper tantrum because he didn't get offered enough money. Why he thinks he's worth Marvel money, I don't know. But in my opinion, he's like, oh, really? $50 million for 3 years? And he doesn't understand that 50% plus 50% isn't 100% off, it's 75. You don't stack your percentages on that little term sheet. And when his agent got back to everybody on his term sheet, I'm probably going off on something completely that nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about, but I do in my little corner of the internet that I tend to watch. So I kind of see through how a lot of this happens, is that they get a lot of this funding and promotion, and they get their stuff advertised to the right sites. They get their video links shared to the right groups of people on the right Facebooks. Like Ben Shapiro gets what, $130,000 of advertising a month just to run his crap as ads before people's videos, just to say the right words. So this is the tweet. This is the tweet. Please don't harass the gay Jedi. Anyway, like my people won't, because we've seen through the grift of this. We've seen through that this is coming from some big billionaire money of the think of the children grooming. Well, I said it now, and I said it. I'm trying not to. So this is one of the things I really, really wanted to touch on while I'm here, is that now I'm going to assume that everybody's going to not behave like Mars Girl did when she tried to get Vic Mignogna kicked off of Anime Matsuri and all of these panels and anywhere else in conventions he was invited to way back in the day from accusations that I don't remember what happened. I don't even remember the case, but I remember a lot of people throwing their hat in support with, hey, don't let accusations ruin somebody's ability to make an income or to do whatever. So if we were to go around trying to get these people canceled off of their panel, I would hope people won't, but with this ding 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 buzzword culture, cancel culture mob that we've got going on, I would be surprised if they try and get this canceled off of there. So here we go. I do have a screenshot of the tweet. Here. The long, rich history of drag has graced the world with entertainment, culture, political action, and so much more. Well, it goes back to what? Kabuki theater, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I mean, you always have costumes and things to you're supposed to come in with like Mimi
it's theater.
You're supposed to come in with some.
Why
are you here?
I'm Rob off camera.
This is the video we were gonna do before.
It's kabuki theater. I mean, it's that's kind of what its origins are. Shakespeare had men performing in women's roles. Men would often play Juliet, and then when they get older, they would advance up to Romeo. Listen, Monty Python had men and women in drag. I mean, all the time. Okay, well, this is some crazy BS here. Some Star Wars very best characters embody various core principles of drag, whether it's Din Djarin's drag as personal expression and self-discovery. Huh? That's kind of a stretch. But hey, if you want to identify... But this is kind of what I talk about when I do talk about, like, representation and diversity. If you're going to stretch to interpret your entertainment any way you want, it doesn't matter if they're making it quote-unquote woke or not. It's going to, like, you're going to see yourself on something or not. I've been seeing this go around, and dear gods, I am so triggered by it. There's a tweet that Doomcock has been trashing of Jesse Genders, and I'm gonna call him out for this because this tweet is exactly what I was talking about here. It's a trans person who sees some sort of representation in a character's personal journey or whatever. I believe in the case of it's Annika Hansen being a quote-unquote dead name for 7 of 9. Okay, if you want to see that as a trans allegory, why does that make it woke for the rest of us? Why is that reason to boycott it for the rest of us, right?
It's really not.
And I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So if people want to see the crapping Mandalorian as representation of them, I don't see that as a problem to me. Padme Amidala's drag as self-empowerment. That's weird. I mean, she did have a lot more makeup than a lot of the drag queens I do.
She was made up like a geisha almost.
Right. Which was, in fact, does have the roots in drag. So, don't they?
Excellent!
In geisha, yeah. All right. Wasn't Peter Pan a woman? Peter Pan had been played by women.
Peter Pan is traditionally Kathy Rigby, Mary Lou Retton.
Well, we're going to get back to that because there's a whole other thing that this is connected to that is kind of a bill passing in Arizona, which I think is a very slippery slope that I'm glad I kind of started calling out and seeing once they started going down this. When a lot of people started jumping on the Florida DeSantis don't say bill stuff as their, like, that was the hill they were going to die on, and that was the thing that they were going to throw all of their eggs in, and I'm like, no, I don't care about that. I don't care enough about telling other people how to raise their kids. The relevance of drag even spills out into the pages of screen of Star Wars and flows through the fandom itself, through the hobbies like cosplay. Absolutely. You could be anybody you want if you're in costume here. And I think I brought up some of those, didn't I? Oh, let me bring up some of those. Because I've been switching about from time to time here as I set the stream up. I found a few. Here, we got like this guy. Here. Or these guys.
He could be really any Star Wars character, the guy on the left. He could be really any Star Wars character hanging out at a cantina somewhere or on Jabba's barge.
Just dressed as C-3PO in a dress, so.
Yeah, I mean, but...
That's kind of cool. I like that one. All right, what's our next one? Leia's. I mean, Leia kind of screamed. Like, no woman dressed like Princess Leia. No woman. Like, pretty much any aspect of costume and cosplay is drag in some sort of respect. This was from Dragnet 2016. I liked that one because it looked like the one was yelling on the one side, and they made the buns into like the Death Star sort of. I liked this one, so I used that as the thumbnail. I settled on that one. Centered. I'm stuttering now. So here's the slippery slope that this goes down, because then it leaks into politics ball crap. A new bill introduced to Arizona would criminalize drag in the presence of a minor. Okay, that's fine. Why are you taking your... Well, I don't care. You know what? If you want to, that's not my business. I do not have kids. I can't take care of myself without super chats from you, so thank you very much. And that is not a loss. That means I didn't turn down $50 million to say a bunch of talking points that I don't agree with. Like a whore. Like a con hussy. So let's just break this down. What they categorize as quote-unquote drag. Because I had a few questions. Because one of them was dressing in the opposite gender. So what if I'm a woman wearing men's jeans, as a lot of women do because they're comfortable. I actually personally don't, but a lot of women I know do. They wear the men's jeans because they hit you better on the hips, from what I've heard. And you've heard this too. How many women do you know? Come here, speak up on this.
Quite a few actually prefer
the men's jeans because they tell you the waist size.
They tell you the waist size, and they're wider in the hips, and they're more durable, so you don't have to buy.
And they're a little wider in the legs too, so you have a little more room too.
They just fit better. Men's jeans tend to fit better on women than women's jeans.
That's what I've heard too. So what if you're a girl wearing men's jeans and a men's t-shirt from 20 years ago with Nirvana on it?
There were ads.
Is that drag? Because that says right here in this bill.
There were ads.
Drag show means dressing in clothing and using makeup and other physical markers opposite of the performer or group's performer's gender of birth to exaggerate gender signifiers and roles. Well, what do you mean exaggerate? Because if I'm wearing men's clothes and have like a baseball hat on, are you trying to tell me I'm trans?
Yes, that's what they're trying to say.
Are you trying to tell me that? Are you trying to say that like a guy wearing makeup to be on television is in drag trying to.
Cabaret means an adult.
What about the Monty Python guys? Is that technically quote unquote G-wording your children? Because the Monty Python guys went as females. Bugs Bunny's entire shtick was going as a girl. You were talking about, you got, somebody sent to you the Looney Tunes or Tiny Tunes.
Tiny Tunes.
Pilot that was what, canceled or something?
It was canceled.
It was scrapped?
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but...
But the rumor that I've heard about this has, that it has, one of the new characters, his entire shtick is being in drag, but nobody was, like, really offended by it because that was Bugs' whole shtick.
Yeah.
Half the time you'd see Bugs Bunny dressing up as a woman, so. Okay. Engage in singing and dancing or a monologue skit in order to entertain an audience of 2 or more people.
Okay.
That's the B. Okay. So cabaret. Characterized exposures of specific anatomical areas or specific, grown-up activities. Cabaret means adult-oriented business license to provide alcoholic beverages to pursuant to Title IV, Chapter 2. Well, why are you bringing young people into places that serve alcohol? I mean, well, Chili's serves alcohol, though. I mean, Chili's serves alcohol. Every place on the strip does that.
Any theater, really.
Movie theater.
Not necessarily movie theater, but any venue that would have a show... such as like that, where there's a stage, could very well serve alcohol. Technically, you go see a concert at the the Orpheum Theater or whatever, and they serve booze. So technically, that's a venue that serves alcohol.
Disturbingly turgid state, meaning the stage being visibly swollen, bloated, inflated, or distended? What?
Turgid state. Visibly swollen, bloated, or inflated. What?
So if I eat too much salt, what is that what they're talking about?
Disturbingly turgid state. If your thing is...
Well, why? Because they need to clarify that. What if you, like I said, if you're a woman and you eat too much salt, and you know what I'm talking about, ladies.
You could be in a discernibly turgid state, swollen, bloated, or disinflated. Yeah, I mean...
Sometimes of a month, a woman's rings won't fit her, and you know it.
Yeah, I mean...
And you know it. There's a reason we have those PMS pills. Now... So what the hell? Engaging in singing or dancing or a monologue in a skit in order to entertain an audience of 2 more people.
This is a vague law, and it's
a super vague law.
And it's like that by design.
Yeah, this is like when people throw temper tantrums on YouTube. Here. Do you want to read through it? Let me send this whole thing to you via Twitter here.
Yeah, maybe I'm not promising, but maybe
you're not a lawyer, so maybe the lawyers want to kind of read through this and be triggered by how vague that is, instead of just going, "Yep, no drag in front of the children." Do you have any? No.
Let me see here.
See, that's my biggest thing. Is like I just get tired of hearing the same 5 people over and over again.
AZSB 16898 2356 legislature. Okay, there's. Unlawful. The bill title: unlawful exposure, minor sentencing, reporting, partisan bill, meaning it was.
This has to be why everything's been
partisan bill, meaning it was just had Republican support. Amending section. Okay, that's legalese. We don't need to go over that. So this bill's been rewritten and revised.
It's rewritten and revised. Okay, so are they banning Bugs Bunny and Monty Python or not?
Okay, there's some legal definitions here. Abandon, they define what abandon means. They define abuse. Section 2, abuse means the infliction or... I shouldn't have said the A word.
That's all right.
Well, they define
Are
that.
Are they banning Monty Python and drag or not?
Or allowing of physical injury, impairment of bodily function or disfigurement of, or the infliction of, or allowing another person to cause serious emotional damage as evidence by severe anxiety, depression, withdrawal, or untoward
How do they know?
behavior in which emotional damage is diagnosed by a medical doctor or psychologist and is caused by the acts or omissions of an individual who has the care, custody, and control of a child. includes inflicting or allowing sexual a word pursuant to the section 13. Okay, sexual conduct with a okay.
They're banning Monty Python.
Unlawful exposure of an adult to an adult-oriented performance or adult-oriented businesses pursuant to section 13.508.
Can they define what?
Or child or you know what?
See, that's the thing. That's what I want to know. Because, like, okay, I rented Rocky Horror Picture Show when I was a kid. Nobody came and knocking on my door.
Adult means a person who is 18 years or of age or older. Adult court means the appropriate justice court, municipal, criminal. Okay.
This is why I don't cover politics, because it's like...
Or juvenile means an individual who's under 18 years of age. But technically, you can get into an adult establishment if you're with a parent.
Well, that was the thing. That was always the thing. Like, you could, like, how many of us watched R-rated movies with our parents because we were brought in, and like pretty much every horror movie you were watching, you know, from like 12 up.
An offense that constitutes domestic defined involves a minor who's a victim who's in imminent danger. I think I lost interest. A lot of this is legalese.
Yeah,
like I said,
I think I
I'd
lost
have to
interest.
read the whole bill.
And I'm like, well, it's just a slippery slope of like, what the hell do we care about this for? Why is this an issue? How does this lower my gas prices? I want to know. Why is this? Yeah, why is this the stupid crapping thing they're focusing on when during 2020 it was, oh, lockdowns, economy, and now it's drag queens. So I'm tired of it. I think it's false and phony. They're getting funding from billionaires, and it was proven recently, and the fact that nobody's talking about it is kind of annoying. I'm going back to my live chat. Don't you go anywhere. 20 minutes, Rob.
Serious physical injury means an injury that is diagnosed by a medical doctor.
Oh, we don't care anymore. Yeah, go ahead.
Creates reasonable risk of death, causes serious or permanent disfigurement, causes significant physical pain, causes serious impairment of health, causes loss or protracted impairment of organ or limb. Is the result of...
Huh? They're ripping people's limbs off now?
Shelter care. Okay, there's a lot of legalese here, but a lot of this is just looks to me just like a solution in search of a problem.
It's so weird.
Adult arcade. They define what adult arcade is. They define what adult bookstore, video store,
all
commercial establishment that offers the sale, rent, or any of the following of its principal business purposes: books, magazines, periodicals, or other printed matter, photographs, films, motion pictures, video cassettes, or reproduction or slides or other visual representations depict or describe specific sexual activities or specific anatomical areas. That could be Barnes and Noble. Has anyone seen the self-help books in Barnes and Noble?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really vague. That's why I'm like, what the crap kind of a thing is this?
Instruments, devices, paraphernalia.
What are they banning now?
That are designed for use in connection with specific sexual activities. That could be Walmart. They sell the magic wand.
Yeah.
Or they sell condoms. Or they sell.
Yeah.
Or they sell.
They'll sell like you can. They'll sell like a cock ring that has a vibrator on it.
Adult live entertainment establishment means an establishment that features either
massagers,
persons who appear in a state of nudity. Okay, that could very well be a music. There could be a performance of hair. No, I'm serious.
Well, no, yeah, but why are you taking your kids to hair? They're not gonna like it. They're not gonna enjoy it.
Characterized by the exposure of specific anatomical areas or specific sexual activities. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of legalese. They define what everything is. They define drag show.
Yeah, Greg Kirby. I watched rated R movies in the theater with my dad at age 5, and you turned out fine. You don't want to say your dad was like G word, you know.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of stuff there's a lot of legalese here. There's a lot of stuff to unpack. But this is they just define what the terms are. They go into great detail defining what the terms of everything are.
I just don't get
I don't. This is a solution in search of a problem.
I don't get this. Well, I get it now. I get it. That there's like this whole artificial, push against it. Yeah, so I think people are triggered though that this account doesn't let you respond. Gee, I wonder why. With the I see the stuff that Jessie Gender gets on her Twitter, and I'm like, dude, no. Why are we bothering her with? She'll get, oh, you're crazy, you're a mental patient because you don't know what bathroom to use and shit like that. I'm like, whoa, what? What? And I'm like, okay, this isn't what I want any part of. I don't want to be go to, because okay, I might give actresses a little excellent shit, freaking Oscar winners or movie star. I'll try and give Hollywood shit. That's why I buy magic wands at Ollivanders. Thank you so much, John Russell. So I see what goes on online on a lot of this stuff, and there was a line and everybody crossed it in 2020, and I get that 2020 affected a lot of people weird because I went nuts in 2020. I went nuts in 2020, but I was nuts anyway. I was nuts before. Hey, speaking of people who were nuts before. So what was the thing? Am I supposed to? So are you following the Eliza Doolittle thing? The Eliza Doolittle thing.
Miss Doolittle?
Are you following the Eliza Doolittle thing? Because I remembered where I remembered where Brittany Venti was from. So I guess she's one of the ones who are affected by it. And now, was this a troll thing? Was this her trolling us? Because this was hilarious. I remember this video because I used to watch a guy called Space Lord, and I haven't been able to find Space Lord's videos anywhere. Anywhere, right? Okay. So this was funny. All right, I still don't give a crap about Eliza Blue or the other one. Did you guys see this one?
To yourself.
This was hilarious.
To yourself.
That's where she was from. So she hits her elbow and she starts fake crying and yelling, and she's like, apologize to my elbow, and they're like, apologize to the table, and she's like, fuck it, and she starts yelling. That was hilarious. So that's who that is. Go check out the Twitter if you want to see the whole video. That's all I know who that is, and that was from 7 years ago or something.
Yeah.
That was from back in the day when I was doing gaming, and I was still on Hitbox and Twitch doing stupid video games. I was still playing Yokai Watch. I was probably still doing Wibble Wobble, but I would watch stuff like Space Lord and Onision, and oh god, Mark Dice was on a lot. He was doing the bullhorning people videos. Do you remember that? Those are fun. Those were the days way back when. Yeah, 2015 YouTube. Man, what were you watching in 2015 on YouTube?
Probably the same stuff I was watching now.
Guitar videos.
Guitar videos, Cheap Trick, Beatle videos. They banned less. They were pulling less Beatle videos than back then.
Right. What am I looking at? What was our next topic? Oh, here's the thing, the James Gunn thing. Why? So are people still canceling James Gunn for the? What were they mad at him for? Do you remember?
Oh, he made that joke. A couple bad jokes.
Oh, it was some tweet or something, some picture. So Bounty in the Comics wants James Gunn canceled because he's associated with this a-hole. Who's this a-hole? Why is he? He's not. He likes Walgreens, Rob.
Well,
he's not. He's a supporter of Team Walgreens.
Yeah, Walgreens is a baseball team.
What?
I don't know. That's what I always say.
Why? Why?
Well, Washington Nationals.
No, it's Walgreens. What?
Well, maybe you work there.
All right. So why is this a red flag? What did he do? Why are they canceling him? What did he do? Does all kinds of nasty, sick things to Green Lantern. Oh no, like what? He punched him. Oh no. Is that what are we triggered by? Why don't I like this guy?
I don't know.
Today, I put out an alternate cover to Rorschach by Jay Lee, who has done covers for Comicsgate, a hate group. I mean, they from every interaction I've ever had with the ones who actually claim Comicsgate. They just sit around and bully women off the internet and stuff. But so I don't know. I have nothing to do with it. I talk about television and crap. So this is why I'm like, what is the going on with this thing? I don't know who this guy is. I'm probably blocked by him though. I probably am. So
what?
What's going on with the James Gunn thing? We want to watch his Twitter.
He announced a bunch of movies, bunch of TV series. They're reshaping the DC universe on film.
All right, it's a 5-minute video. You ready? You got your popcorn? We're gonna watch it.
Hit me on the mic a second.
Yay! He called Supergirl the Whammon of Tomorrow. Is that offensive? Why specifically is that offensive?
I don't think so.
Why would I support Supergirl as a Whammon of Tomorrow?
I don't know.
Why am I triggered or supporting? State your arguments. Pretend I am a Star Trek fan and don't know why I'm triggered or not. Okay, go.
Hey everybody, I'm
That's quiet. Why is that so quiet?
James Gunn.
Can you hear it?
I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time.
Yeah, it's been kind of crap, and I've been...
I mean, how many different versions of everything do we have?
The Snyder stuff was all fake, and it was all bots. And,
And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation.
All right. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, it is good. I mean, well, listen.
You wanted to at least make some sort of sense.
How many different versions of Batman are we going to have?
I've seen this, and I've kind of already realized that it's a couple already now they're going to have. So it's still going to have a couple of versions of Batman, though. Spoiler. We'll jump to the end.
The characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DC.
So that's a good thing, because I said as a normie, I'm like, I don't know which one is this. It's a lot to explain if you're just randomly, casually talking about it to somebody you happen upon, in line at the buffet or something.
Sounds better than the Snyderverse already.
Yeah.
Continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam! Has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash.
Okay, so The Flash is still there. Flash is still there.
So these last 2 movies
Shazam's
are still
here. Yeah, Shazam's still here.
Flash is still happening.
Now, people are mad about Shazam. Now, okay, so Zachary Levi tweeted something like he hates Big Pharma or hard agree about Big Pharma, whatever.
Well,
blah,
whatever.
Blah, blah.
That
has nothing to do with anything. And everybody's like, well, what does he mean? What part of it does he hate? Does he hate the thing that we hate, or does he hate the thing that they hate?
He hates Pepto. He hates Alka-Seltzer. He's a Pepto-Bismol guy. How do I know?
Exactly. So everybody's all getting all tribey on it. And James Gunn's like, look, I don't have time for a movie that's like about to come out in about a minute to care what some actor said on his private crap and Twitter feed. Could you guys grow up? You're going to watch the movie or not? Right? So, I mean, he said it a lot nicer than I did. But at the same time, he's right. Do we really care? That's just what Zachary Levi's personal opinion on pharmaceuticals are at this point. In 2023, are we still upset by this?
We're still upset. I mean, it's gotten.
Are people still going around arguing about, whether you cover your face or not, whether you stick something up your ass or not?
All right. Well,
fantastic movie that I really love. That resets the entire DC universe. Then to move.
Okay.
So they're doing Flashpoint, really.
That's what Flash. Okay, so it's going back into. They probably re-edited it into just being Flashpoint then, because that's what it started out as.
Because remember, we heard this a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That Flash was going to reset the entire DC universe.
Yeah. So they're kind of going back with that. Well, didn't they do reshoots with that?
I believe they did.
Okay. So that means that this movie was probably so good or so reasonably good or reasonably savable that no matter what Ezra Miller did, like, okay, no, just apologize and shut up and, we got to release this one anyway.
Shut your mouth.
You know, because they were probably weighing the solution of like, okay, how do we CGI him out of the damn movie? And this is another thing, though. Are people just not going to watch it because it has their stupid Millers in it? Are people gonna avoid it because of James Gunn? Like, that's what I'm wondering, because so much culture war crap has been going on the past 2 years. And hopefully people are kind of getting sick of it. That's what I am. I'm getting sick of it.
Into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now.
Okay, so Blue Beetle's still happening.
That's
Flash
the one
is still
with
happening.
No, okay, Blue Beetle's the one with the kid from he's Miguel on Cobra Kai. Okay. So he's Miguel on Cobra Kai. So they're gonna, if it sucks, you're gonna be an istophobe. If it's good, it's gonna be representation, diversity, blah, blah, blah.
Well, he's gonna make sure it's good.
Yeah, hopefully.
I trust him more than Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Oh God, Zack Snyder.
So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming.
Okay, but pause it a second. That's important. They have they have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have a plan. All right, that's better than, hey, let's do this. Nope, that didn't work. Let's do this. Like, wait a minute. Whoa.
If Amber stays, okay. Remember, most people. Oh, here.
First.
Wait. It was way too quiet. That's why. That was gonna be way too loud. Okay, Amber. Okay, if Amber stays. Most people don't care about Johnny and Amber. No. Most people outside of this little corner of the internet don't give a flying crap. They'll forget she's even in it. They'll keep her out of the marketing. They'll put her in a tiny little corner just as a little bit of a, like, they'll mostly. No, nobody cares about it. Like, she'll be an afterthought. She'll be an afterthought. Nobody cares about her enough to boycott the movie, though.
Is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter.
Okay, here we go. Creature Commandos, TV animation. What's this one? Here, Rob.
TV animation. Okay, so this is Gods and... Okay.
Make myself smaller here. All right.
The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes.
So he's written them all?
That's what he says, yeah.
Already? So this is like a Frankenstein and a Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay, now James Gunn's been hard at work on this for quite a while, it seems like. This guy here, I think that's Blight?
Something we're going to do that's a little bit different.
Well, it looks like Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, the guy to the left immediately, all the way over to the left. I think that's Blight.
DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action.
Okay, all right.
That's what Marvel's kind of doing, but sometimes they can't get the same because they're,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller.
I don't care.
So Viola Davis is coming back as Amanda Waller.
Played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been...
So Peacemaker's still
a thing.
Still a thing. If you guys liked Peacemaker.
Created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol.
Watchmen and Doom Patrol. Do you guys like Watchmen and Doom Patrol?
Amanda Waller sucks anyway. I know we're going to get so many people on the internet, on Twitter.
Racist.
Amanda Waller should be played by CCH Pounder. Maybe she doesn't want to do it.
She's too old, isn't she?
Yeah, she's too old.
It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU.
All right, so this has been laying all the groundwork. So these series movies are laying all the ground. This is like the prelude.
Okay.
So now this is where the DCU universe now begins.
This is called Superman Legacy. This is...
Oh, I don't care about Superman anymore.
Me neither.
Being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it.
Well, he's writing it, so it's not the Michael B. Jordan Superman Takeshi's Castle guy.
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
That guy, whatever his name.
Jughead Abrams Superman.
Okay, well, at least it's not that.
Doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025.
That's pretty soon. That's like 2 years. So they're getting right on this one, huh?
They're doing this in a hurry.
He's probably had this in the work. He probably pitched this a while ago.
Well, this has been.
See, this is why there was no backlash on the Mindy Kaling. This is literally probably why there's no backlash on the Mindy Kaling Velma, because they were too busy with this. Yeah, pushback rather from the studio. Okay, where were we? Oh no, I lost it because we went back. Yeah, James Gunn. Sometimes you gotta do that.
Gotta do the thing.
Yeah,
James Gunn.
You gotta refresh it once you. Okay. Right there, Superman.
I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025.
That's really soon. 2 years.
Well, listen. I mean, rushing is not rushing, but I mean, he's been planning this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're coming up with this is and all this stuff. He goes, how much of I'm pretty sure they said, what kind of a timeline are we looking at here?
Yeah.
What kind of a timeline are we looking here? Can we get this done? How can we get this done? Who do you have in mind? So he's got somebody in mind already.
This is really clearly James Gunn's DC. He's writing like everything.
He's really involved, and to be this deep, that doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah. He's been pitching stuff for a while, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing is a big premiere.
Wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah, I think that script of that animated series, I think he's had that. I think he probably wrote that years ago.
Probably, yeah.
Because he's like, oh yeah, I've written this is all ready to go.
Written all the episodes.
Yeah, he probably came in with like, well, I've got like 5 scripts ready to go that I wrote years ago. Wow.
HBO television
before this announcement. Yeah.
Probably.
Vision series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns.
Well, remember, because he got fired from Marvel, from Disney for those pictures, so he was bitching to DC, and they went with the Suicide Squad. So yeah, probably.
All right, now this actually has me. This series has me intrigued. I'll run through this pitch. Run through this.
Lanterns, Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other lanterns peppered in there. But this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective, with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover...
Hit pause. Now, couple of lanterns, John Smith and Hal Jordan. They can't really... John Stewart. People have been talking about a John Stewart movie for years, okay? But you know what the biggest hang-up was? Warner Brothers was afraid that people would get John Stewart confused with the guy who hosted The Daily Show at the time. I'm not making that up. I seriously am not making that up, even though Jon Stewart's been a Green Lantern since the 60s. But
it's woke now.
But it's woke now. Like I said, Jon Stewart has been in the Green Lantern since 1967, 60, maybe 68 or whatever.
Yes, but this means it's woke now because he's black.
So the other Lanterns, I got a feeling we're going to see Tomar Ray, we're going to see Kilowog, probably maybe we're going to see Chip. I like to see Chip, a squirrel. I like to see that. We're probably going to see. There's a lot of different places this can go. There is a lot of different places this can go, and this actually has probably the most.
Jon Stewart's too old. It'll be Idris Elba.
Well, he'll be too old. So yeah, I just know the internet is probably somebody on Twitter's Idris Elba for Jon Stewart. Where do I vote?
Up your butt.
All the way up with a red hot poker. So yeah. There's
MLB commissioner, team owners will be in Las Vegas tomorrow, possibly at Resorts World.
Well, they've been talking about that for a while now. A team moving to Las Vegas. So yeah, so this is probably the one that could either go really well or it could be absolutely terrible. Just like that photo.
That's the thumbnail.
Probably Michael B. Jordan, since they won't make a black Superman. Well, pardon me. Mute a second.
Hey, mute a second if I can find it. Okay, what?
But this has the chance of being probably the best of these TV series. Okay, keep going.
A terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine.
Another one he probably's had in the burner for a while. See, this is what happened. He got fired over there, and he was just writing and pitching. Yep. And once all the crap went down with all the mergers and all the cancelings and we gotta have something, and we gotta do something with the Snyder crap. We gotta get rid of this shit because nobody cares about the Snyder cut. It's all fake, and Rolling Stone exposed that. He had all this stuff, and he just was in the right place. I can see why they went with him now. Because remember, we said, well, he only has Suicide Squad. He must have pitched them a lot of stuff, and he pitched them a lot of stuff.
Yes.
It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU, and will interact with all of our...
So The Authority is actually pretty good. This is a pretty good series. This is another thing. Think of... I'm trying to think of the equivalent of them. Think of the Avengers, but more.
They're all silvery wing people.
Silvery wing people, but they want to want to do more than just save the world. They want to reshape the world a bit.
So they're like the Eternals mixed with the Avengers.
Yeah.
Our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of paradise.
This one looked kind of interesting.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like, okay, could you hire me on for that?
This island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros.
Yeah, Game of Thrones, Wonder Woman Island, sort of thing. This might be up my alley.
But with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island.
Except for the Wonder Woman women are kind of annoying. They're kind of annoying.
The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run, Damian Wayne.
The good news is we're not getting another Batman origin story. That is the good news.
You know what would be funny, though? I would pitch this one, though, if we were going to do a Batman origin story where it's kind of like a Groundhog Day multiverse thing, where he keeps having to go back to the time where his parents get killed, and he keeps missing. And each dimension, like, he has to watch him get killed each time.
But if he saves his parents, it screws everything up.
Well, that's what a friend of mine was saying, and I'm like, yes, and I'm going to steal that. That's funny.
Is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DC.
Okay, now I can see this working as like they're being a...
Bat family.
But
well, which Batman is it, though?
It's not going to be Ben Affleck, probably. Or it might... No, Ben Affleck's older. He could play a father, you know, but it's going to be a much different Batman than Zack Snyder's Batman, the ginormous shaved testicle, you know. But the whole thing about this, like I said, no Batman origin. We don't have to watch the Waynes get gunned down again in an alley. I mean, and you're
but see, now I want a movie that's all the Waynes getting gunned down in an alley.
This is an interesting dynamic. A father and his son, the father trying to teach his son right from wrong. No way, Dad. You're too soft on crime, man.
I don't like it now because now he's going to turn into Miles Morales and a whiny teenager. I don't like whiny teenagers.
Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him.
Okay.
So a comedy.
Kind of a lighter kind of...
So a comedy. Actually, this kind of reminds me of some of the... Some of the a little bit like My Hero, a little bit.
I've been seeing people talk on the interwebs about a Booster Gold series for a while. I mean, so this is no.
So he'll probably do something like Peacemaker or whatever.
It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite
Well, that's gonna be an HBO Max
Okay.
series.
Well, a lot of this I imagine is gonna be an HBO Max.
Probably.
comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film.
Okay, so this is the thing that they have an issue with the Tom King thing. Why?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. So
I
they're
know,
mad
I'm
about this.
unfamiliar. I'm unfamiliar with the.
That's the
material.
thing. It's like I don't know. All these comic divas are the same to me.
Booster Gold.
They
Now-
also temper tantrums about each other and try and drag you into it, don't they?
Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way, so she's a much more jaded character.
So are people going to be mad because it's the girl version now, because girl will be woke?
I don't know.
Even though, yeah, Supergirl was a movie in the 80s. I know. So they're rebooting a Supergirl because after how many Supermans, you got to do Supergirl, right?
I guess. Is there a minimum? Like you punch a card, you get after 10, you get a free sub?
Yes.
And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about. A very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you.
Anybody remember the movie, the 80s, Adrian Barbeau and Swamp Thing?
Barely. I'm aware it exists.
About right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child.
What's he talking
They're
about now?
incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators
writing it all,
is
though.
unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you.
But you know what? Okay, but isn't that what we kind of needed with the DC universe? Is
Yeah,
we needed
people were
one
tired of
guy.
it.
We need one guy to give it direction.
Yeah. People were really, really tired of the just every single movie being completely different in its own thing. None of them felt like they were even in the same universe. So here we got the
A lot of them
time.
weren't in the same universe.
Yeah, we got the timeline there. Here is it this one?
It's okay.
There you go.
You check Gods and Monsters. Okay.
Where's your checklist?
Well, the Gods and Monsters stuff is all the stuff.
Yeah, that's just the first phase. That's phase
Flashpoint,
one,
stuff
right?
like that. Yeah. That's the prelude. So, okay, Superman Legacy, Brave and the Bold, okay. Movie, TV show. Okay, well, this isn't really a timeline. This is 10 episodes. These are 10 things that are going to be happening.
Yeah. So pretty much they're going to focus on more horror-y sort of. Yeah, well, at least he's got
Creature Commandos sounds interesting. Okay. Waller doesn't sound interesting. Lanterns sounds good. Booster Gold sounds, I don't know. I'm not
I'd have
that
to see.
familiar.
I don't know.
Not that familiar with it, but there's a lot going on here. Okay, and for everyone, this is gonna be terrible. Listen, the biggest problem with the DC universe right now was that there was no cohesive vision. There was no singular. There was nobody running the show. Now that's what we got. We got a guy who's been. It looks like he's been working on this for a while.
Greg Kirby says it's a copy of MCU. They want to do Marvel. Well, is that a bad thing?
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
I mean, it was pretty successful for a while, and if they started out doing that,
you take what works about Marvel, and you say, okay, let's try it this way. I mean, it's not necessarily. Listen, this whole thing about. I know DC fans wanted something more mature. They wanted something more grown up. But showing buildings topple over and a guy drowning in a pile of skulls isn't mature. Oh, I mean, the whole idea.
here, you get the hot seat. I gotta stand up. Stand up. My legs are like. I want to stand up after a minute.
No Lobo. Well, that might be in the works. We don't know. This is just the beginning.
What do you need it? And then they'd be mad that it's not Jason Momoa, even though he's.
We don't know. I mean, for all
he's the other guy.
There might be a Lobo. We don't know. This is not. It's. You could very well add another. My cat is crooked. They very well could add more stuff as we're speaking. I mean, it's not. This is just the start of it. Time will tell. I said the focus on storytelling characters. It's more than what we got in Snyderverse.
Yeah.
Nope. Tom King actually wrote the book based on movies based on, from what I heard, that's trash like all King's writings. Listen, it's not. You can't all be winners, okay? Listen, there's going to be stuff in here you're not going to like. I am very much. I'm very much resigned to the fact that, hey, you know what? There are going to be some stinkers in this pile. Let me get some Japanese snacks here. It says Doraemon. See this Doraemon. Food for me. Food for me. Guy. That's different.
He's a different Doraemon. He's one of the characters out.
Okay. It's been in the works for a while. Years. This is only the start. Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly.
Clearly. I'm willing to bet that James Gunn had a lot of this planned. My luscious man boobs are on display.
Here, let's read their article, see what they have to say about it.
So.
See why they don't like Mr. Team Walgreens there.
Team Walgreens.
Well, first off, he's on Team Walgreens.
He's got other problems. James Gunn, DCU slate features Tom King as one of the chief architects. Massive red flag for any DC fan.
Is it? Because I thought James Gunn was writing most of it.
212 calories, okay? So these things are not great for you.
Well, that's if you eat like the whole bag.
Eat the whole bag, yeah. DC Studios.
How many is important?
There's 2 servings per container.
Okay. So it's half the bag.
Yeah. So, DC Studios' James Gunn recently released his plans for the future of DCU and revealed writer Tom King was one of the chief architects behind the slate. So, while detailing an upcoming Supergirl-focused film titled Wonder of Tomorrow, Gunn relayed to DC.com. This is based on Tom King and Bilquis Evely's wonderful comic. Tom has been one of the architects of this entire situation. Gunn elaborated. He's been one of the guys in the room with us, along with 4 or 5 others. I love his take on these characters. He just turns them slightly to be something very unique. Okay. I'm not seeing the problem yet.
Oh, so they're not triggered? I just assumed they were. I'm sorry.
The description by Gunn concerning King's work should concern fans of DC, given King's track record that DC wasn't slightly turning characters, but was completely butchering them and turning them into self-reflections of himself. Well, Gunn provides an example himself explaining
Don't read while you're chomping. Chomp and then read.
Gunn provides examples himself explaining what the new Supergirl film will be about. In our story, we have Superman who was sent to Earth and raised by incredible living parents. Kara was on Krypton. She was on a piece of Krypton that drifted away from the planet. She lived there for the first 14 years of her life in a horrible situation where she watched everyone around her die. So she's much harsher and more effed up Supergirl than you've been used to. I mean, that's enough to jade anybody. I mean,
oh my god, those are good.
Anyone who knows Supergirls knows this is not a description of Supergirl origin story. This is the only example of King as entire assassination list of DC characters he's wrecked so much so he was pulled off of Batman. Okay, well, you know what? This is still early. We don't know. They may change course, so.
Well, I mean, look who's mad about him now. Look who's mad at him. Like I said, all these comic divas are no different than each other.
In one instance.
Here, let's give you the right display capture so you can read it. There. Or do you want it doubled like that? That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
You want it doubled like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
In one instance.
Yeah, because I mean, look at like these two. Don't they just sit around like this guy? This guy, you show him a porn star's hoo-ha, and he cries like a little B word on the other one's stream. So. I mean, he's just jealous that his comics don't sell for millions.
This isn't one example. Okay, so much as to pull off Batman. In one instance, Ethan Van Sciver lampooned King for his depiction of Batman as a sacred child, scared child needing to be consoled by Gotham Girl.
These guys are just comic divas jealous of each other.
He wrote on Twitter, I think I'm going to throw up. Hey, mentally ill writers, not every character you're writing is you. Stop projecting your own personal neurosis into the characters you didn't create, who already have enough of their own established problems. They call them Bat P word.
Whatever.
Everybody's scared. Okay, another example. King decided not only tear apart Guy Gardner's character, but he had him brutally killed in this Human Targets miniseries. King turned Guy Gardner into an obsessive, jealous ex-lover of ice.
Or maybe he's gonna tear apart Supergirl.
After attempting to A-word her, Ice freezes Gardner. Then the Human Target proceeds to punch him in the face, killing Gardner by shattering into numerous pieces. Ooh.
So he stole that from Jason X.
The story didn't just destroy Gardner's character and kill him, but it goes on to imply that both Human Target and Ice have sex after they killed Gardner. She turns to me, that perfume. We go upstairs to her bed. Sometime later, I'm back on the road. I'm thinking of all the men I've done in.
They're upset by this? This is just like, well, he's working for DC and we're not. Is that all this is?
To make matters worse, not only does King come with extensive baggage when it comes to bad storytelling and narratives, he also comes with morally reprehensible behavior, something Gunn claims he would have to take into account if it came to his attention. Gunn specifically told the Hollywood Reporter, I can't be changing my plans all the time because an actor says something that I don't agree with. At the same token, if someone is doing something that's morally reprehensible, that's a different story, and we have to take that into account. Okay, there's.
So who are they trying to cancel? Tom King.
Oh, this.
What did he do? Why do we care?
It's unclear if Gunn knows about King's morally reprehensible behavior. What did he do?
I don't know.
But King went out of his way to attack then DC artist Jay Lee because he happened to create a variant cover for one of Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog series. King wrote, today DC put out an alternate cover of to Rorschach by Jay Lee, who has done covers for Comicsgate, a hate group. DC...
I can tell you what he did. What
did he do?
So these comic divas. Okay, so these comic divas all have this sort of professional jealousy around each other for some reason. Even though it's like they want the acclaim. It's like the money or whatever they make isn't good enough. They've got to get in these little pissing contests with each other because I don't get it. Because like that's literally all I see is just this little pissing contest between these people.
Comicsgate hate crew just DC does not consult on creators' alternate covers. I reached out to them to express my deep disappointment. As far as I'm concerned, this is cover Rorschach 1.
Okay, so he was trying to get somebody canceled
for doing
for working with a bunch of people he don't like. So this is all high school girl
Jay
bullshit.
Jay Lee did a
high school girl bullshit. Okay.
Jay Lee did a variant cover on Cyberfrog. While DC did indeed reveal Lee's cover on July 24th, the fact he was doing a variant cover of Rorschach 1 had previously been announced.
Why do I care who Jay Lee is, though? Is he another one like Ethan and all these other guys?
This has less with...
This is just these guys who like to sit around on panels and dick wave at each other and pissing contest each other, right?
This is less to do with...
The comic and more them just smack talking each other.
This is less to do with with Comicsgate being a hate group, and more to do with, hey, you know what? They're taking work away from me.
Yeah, it's all professional pissing contests.
King's tweet showed that he's a penchant for lying and went out of his way to try and cancel Jay Lee for his own false assumptions about him and those of Comicsgate. His actions were clearly. Were and are clearly morally reprehensible. This is the only case of King being embroiled in scandal. He claimed back in 2021 that he got a guest removed from Awesome Con because they were not wearing a mask.
Oh God! Everybody were assholes in 2021 between the masks and the don't mask people. Are we still mad at each other for what happened in 2021 and 2020?
King wrote, "Love seeing people at cons." Yesterday we had a Rorschach cosplayer who took a mask off at our table. I think you think I swear a lot in comics. You see me in person. After an impolite...
They're trying to cancel him over what he did 2 years ago?
Rorschach was escorted from the con. Wear your mask. We're not effing around.
They're canceling him over something he did 2 years ago?
What, this guy, King?
Yeah. Is that what they're doing?
Pretty much.
They're trying to resurface old things that he did because they don't like him? No, really. I mean, like, I don't know why I would defend Jay Lee over Tom King. I'm not defending Tom King. I'm just...
However, King's story would change
Cancel
a day later.
Luigi.
Spotted doing Rorschach jacket, not wearing a mask, a few feet from both are away. Okay.
So what's our statute of limitations on doing stupid stuff like during 2020?
I don't know.
Alright, scroll down.
Well,
Let's scroll back to the article.
yeah, I did.
Well, you're on the ads here. Yeah, so so why am I mad at this? Why do I care? Why is that enough to say he can't do the Supergirl thing? Is that what this is?
I'm pretty sure James Gunn said to him, "Listen, whatever your problems are, leave them at the door."
Well, I think the issue is, you got a problem with those assholes? Yeah, they just sit around and bully women off the internet all day. Have at it, probably. He's probably seen their conduct online. Or the videos about them.
For the record, I am not growing a beard. I just haven't had a chance to shave. So, I mean... Anyway. Does this look good, actually?
You're realizing a lot about the comic divas.
Well, listen.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was it was like a tug of war. Like they find a woman, right? They find a woman or somebody who's like, "Oh, you can be groomed into the comics movement if just say the right thing. You can be groomed into the comics."
She's G-wording me. You saw her G-wording me. She's G-wording me. I'm being more. I hate that is unwelcome physical contact.
Is it?
You're creating a hostile environment.
You like it, you know. Just mad it's not lower. So what's going on for the day?
What you talking about, Willis?
What's our agenda? How long have we've been live an hour? Oh no. I thought I had more to say about this.
I'm being victimized.
I thought I had more to say about this. So now I'm thinking about he's a terrible writer.
I don't know.
Implying anything based on writing will be bad. I didn't say. You can think he's a bad writer. I'm not seeing any of the writing. I'm just seeing that they're saying he's bad. He's a bad writer because he works for DC and they don't on this. I mean, I guess where are the examples of him saying it's a bad writer?
Up front.
Okay, so what's wrong with this then? What's wrong with this?
Well, they said it's unlike the Supergirl that came before.
Okay, so different equals
and that
bad.
Batman, he says Batman. Oh, he was a scared boy. Well, Batman was a scared boy when his parents got blasted. Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Look who's joined me.
I don't know. I'm just tired of letting other people tell me what is good and what isn't before it's even done.
There's a kitty cat sitting over here.
Yeah. He just wants attention. I think that's my problem with this, is like everybody's got opinions that are irrelevant, I think, to this. Like everything in this article is irrelevant to what James Gunn is saying on his thing.
It's
in my opinion.
It's Agent Orange Cat. Here's that purring.
He looks so happy.
I don't know if you can hear that. He purrs like a tribble.
He's so happy. He's so happy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
The characters are whiny and immature.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, thank God that they changed stuff during adaptations, and it's not going to be verbatim from the comic, huh?
You're gonna have to change stuff because sometimes you see stuff look stupid on film.
Right.
What time we got?
I don't know. Like, this is the thing. Like you remember how every single time... I don't know, you getting hungry? You want dinner?
No, I'm not hungry yet, but...
But yeah, we're like... I'm to the point now where I'm like, I don't know. Why am I mad about this
Let's play a game. How many chins does Rob have?
Can you hear him?
Hey, listen, shh.
I don't know if you can hear him.
Can we move it closer? I don't think it's good. There it is.
Probably not.
There it is.
Almost all modern writers are incapable. Most characters in the past 12 years sound the same, even if written by 12 writers.
Alright, I'm getting out of the hot seat.
All modern writers.
Bless you, buddy.
Is that why they don't deliver on half their comics on these people?
I've got your paw. Nothing you can do about it. Except purr. Alright, so... Triple off the Star Wars bow. Alright. I'm gonna get up.
Alright, get up.
Get up out of the hot seat.
Get out of the hot seat.
Are you? Okay, I got my phone. Well, he's got my phone.
Here's your phone. There.
Oh, I'm going to run a second. Stay there. Don't go anywhere.
Most writers are now poo, but are they? Are they?
Just because you can write Fleabag doesn't mean...
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, look, whether he's any good or not, I don't know. I'm just like, why are we listening so much to people who can't even, like... I'm just saying. It's like, okay, so I'm supposed to listen to the opinion of somebody. I don't know. I'm just saying, there's a lot of money coming from people who it isn't going to me. So that's all I'm saying. Hi, kitty cat, quit with the wire, please. Hi, get up here. Come on, pop up. Hop up. Yeah, most modern comics. See, that's why I don't get it. It's like, why are people even bothering with this crap? Why are people bothering? So, was that all I had? Rob?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I can think of.
That's all I got for the day, too. I only had an hour worth of content. Boo me.
He's making very loud sounds.
What else is going on? Anything else? King of the Hill's trending. Why is King of the Hill trending?
Is he coming back?
No. I don't think so.
Hey, buddy.
Probably not.
Oh, that's loud.
Avatar Cheerios.
Oh, my God.
That cat's loud.
Oh, my goodness. Can you hear that?
I don't think they can. Probably not. He's just being very loud. I might come back and do like another stream later. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the James Gunn stuff while I'm waiting on my Sam Smith video to. Because it's interesting, but I don't know if it's interesting. Like, it's not. There's nothing in there that says I need to be triggered yet, but there's also nothing I'm really like super duper excited for. Other than, like, I'm kind of curious about what they're doing with the Wonder Woman Island thing. It's probably just gonna be Xena.
Well, let's go find your friends out.
For the most part, bro. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. You can hear him in the background. Now he left. So now he left. Huh? No, I'm saying the cat left now.
Yeah.
They can hear him for a minute.
Yeah, they could. Oh, he's really loud. Holy cow.
So yay. We went way too long about the drag thing. That was why that's why I was like, just wrap it up already, Rob. I don't care.
Sorry. Sorry.
Well, you're the one who gets to edit it now, so.
Well, you weren't recording.
Yeah, it was. It was 20 minutes. I told you I was recording.
Me reading the laws?
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing was part of it. Yeah, so I'm sick of hearing about grooming. They can shove it up their ass. I am Becca. I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye.